Let's try this again. Oh, I think the game audio is pretty loud. Okay. Yeah, that's good. I don't want it to even quieter. Okay. Huh. Alright. Welcome, guys. This video is really for myself. I don't even think I'll be uploading it. I wanted to do a video journal, kind of taking notes of this map. So, specifically, the thing I'm looking for is inaccessible places and borders for the map. The reason for this is I'm running a Minecraft server, and our bread and butter is PvP with custom kits, kind of like classes for TF2, and maps made by myself and a couple very talented builders. Now, game design is something that really obviously makes or breaks a map, but it's not as simple as, making it fun to play, because what does that even mean, really, Obviously, I don't know anything yet. Someday I'll know lots of things, but right now, I don't know anything. But what I do know is that I really like how this map looks. But when you're in game, you spend so much time focusing on other players and the objective, you never look at, you never look out the window. So, what I want to do is go through this map and explore the, I didn't know that was actually there. Explore the, kind of borders and the out of bounds areas. I don't want to actually go out of bounds. This isn't like, whatever, son of a glitch or whatever it's called. I don't remember what that guy is called on YouTube, but I think the first good example that I noticed earlier when I first tried recording this is these fences. I don't know, there's something about these fences that I really like, and that's because functionally these are just invisible walls, but obviously not invisible, because invisible walls are really jarring and not immersive at all. So add a fence. Makes sense for lore reasons, you're trying to keep people out, barbed wire. But even though I can't obviously go over it, it still gets the point across, and it doesn't lack immersion, right? Unless obviously I'm trying to actually go over it. Oh, you can actually go up there? Oh my gosh, you can. I'm gonna die. Oh. Huh. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, fences. It seems kind of obvious, but it's something we haven't really done a lot on my server. Not yet, at least. We've been kind of taking it into consideration how to improve our maps, because right now we don't even have a skyboxes. We just have like a big blue, concrete blocks covering any possible exit, which is meant to kind of portray the sky, which it's not my favorite. And it looks pretty shit, to be honest. Can I do it? Ooh, a little bit. Let's no clip for a bit. Slash no clip. Oh, that's Minecraft brain rot. Pardon the motion blur. What is that? What is that over there? That's just a rock? I think it's just a rock. Anyway. It's things like this that I really appreciate about out of bounds maps. Like, if you weren't actually going out of your way to find it, it's just like, oh yeah, there's a mountain over there, kind of laid behind. But then you go back and it's like functionally two planes. I mean, it's, you know, actually it's a displacement, but like, you know, without getting the hammer editor out, this is functionally two still images. And you can't even access any of this area, and it's all there. Oh, I mean, as much as it needs to be, right? And that's what I think is so cool about looking at these out-of-bounds sections, because, like, how do you keep the player contained within a reasonable amount of space, right? Without it feeling like, one, you're on a floating island, or two, like, in the hole in the ground, or, like, only indoors, right? How do you do these outdoor areas while you're still in an enclosed, what is functionally an enclosed space? And the techniques used here are mostly chain link fence, and it worked pretty dang well, honestly. It, you know, is very obvious what it's intended to be, you know. Like, sometimes there'll be, you know, boarded walls, or a boarded wood against, like, these walls, and sometimes maybe you'd try to shoot at them, or you'd try to jump over them, but it's like, no, a fence means you don't go that way, you know? It's very, very cut and dry. Obviously, you aren't going to be able to put a chain link fence around any old map, but specifically for, you know, TF2, it works really, really well. Really? You just... I didn't know that sound effect would play like that. Okay. I'd say this is probably one of the less... Like, this is probably the worst spot I've seen in the map so far. In terms of, like, immersion. Because, like, if you go right here, you're like, what am I looking at? Like, does the world end? And, well, the answer is, yeah, the world does. It does just end. But other than that, I think this map does a great job. I mean, I think, once again, there could afford to be maybe a little bit more here. Wait, there is more here. It's just cut off in with the, what is this system called? I don't remember. Like the render groups or whatever. That's actually really weird to think about. I wonder what that would look like without render groups. Is that what it's called? How to disable render groups. TF2. How to render whole map. TF2. Decompile the... Oh my god. Whatever. I can't be bothered. Anyway. Fences. Yeah. And that's not even the whole of it. It's also like this kind of dam, sort of, I don't know what you'd call it. A retaining wall, I guess. Which, you know, adds for, visual intrigue, and also, you know, in a very movement-heavy game, geometrical intrigue. Which is always appreciated. Oh, you can pixel walk here. That's funny. There's this guy. There's a sniper that would... I don't even know how he did it, honestly. He was, like, right here. How did he do that? I don't even know. But he would, like, snipe through this rock, and I didn't get to leave spawn that entire game. And, I said things I shouldn't have. Anyway. These buildings, okay, I think it makes me sad that this catwalk is inaccessible. Like, but I think that's honestly the right, like, I think you've succeeded as a map maker if there are areas that the player wants to go. No, they can't. Like, they know they can't, right? And it's clear that it's out of bounds, but like I want to go over and walk around there. I want to explore, you know? I want to see what's in that train tunnel. And I think that's a really good way of handling map making. Is like, obviously, like, levels of detail are important to consider, but having good detail even on areas of the map you can't access. Here's a good example right here. I don't know why I decided to rocket jump, but it's fun. Instead of no clipping. But like, yeah, I want to walk around there. I mean, to be fair, it's like not the most exciting thing, but even then, I think there's something very human about seeing a fence and wanting to be on the other side of it. Can you go around here? Oh, you can. Can you go up here? Oh my gosh, you can. I think I've spent more time back here than anyone else ever. Red Valley Mining. But look at all this detail. Like, this is functionally like a playable surface, and it's just out of, you know, gameplay-wise, it doesn't make sense to have this whole offshoot. I mean, arguably, a lot of this section is unnecessary to the wider map. Like, you could probably make, in my opinion, you could probably, I mean, you could cut off that. You could probably cut off, honestly, up to this door. You could just cut everything off here. Anyway, but you don't. I mean, you know. Closed. For information, I don't know. I give up. Do you think you could, You totally could, yeah. Okay. I don't have the, escape plan, but... Okay. Going up a bit higher now. It's kind of fascinating to see this amount of detail from something you'll never see. You'd never see anything other than that in game. You'd almost maybe you could reach here, but you're never gonna see it like all the way up, and it's fully modeled. That's so cool. I think this is kind of the highlight for me of the entire map. Is this whether it's like a walkway or a conveyor, I'm not really sure. Probably a conveyor, because that looks like a silo of sorts. Is that what that normally looks like? That kind of looks terrible. This, like, weird... That looks bad. I mean, to be fair, you'll never see it. What is the point of this? It'd be so cool if these maps had, like an invisible wall-less mode, where you could just explore the whole thing and get to like rocket jump all the way up here. Hold on, does this even have? I might just die here. Can't find the world. Okay. Oh, that's not the outcome I was expecting. I was just frozen. These actually spin? I didn't notice. I never noticed that. Well, and that's kind of... I don't know. I think that's what's so cool about it, is you feel like you're playing in a world. Can I, like... stop hearing that? Okay. I don't know why that happened. You feel like you're in a world because, honestly, I think it's something psychological. It's like our brains perceive all this detail, and to us it's just like, this is the world we're in, you know? And our brains automatically filter out so many details. Like, I've never, despite me walking up this staircase 1,000 times, I've never noticed this vent. I've never noticed these little stains going down. And I've never really noticed these, or the fact that they spin, or the fact that that one doesn't. Why does that one not spin? Probably broken. You know? That one also, yeah, must just be, yeah, needs repairs. I don't know. This is just so cool to me. But yeah, there's, I think I think if there's like 2 or 3 big takeaways, it's, you know, have detail outside, right? It builds the world. Even if you can't access the area, it's so important to, because if just the world falls off as soon as you're past the invisible wall, like here, it's kind of sad. It just doesn't feel complete, you know? To be fair, yeah, I'd say this is probably one of the other only bad parts of the map that I don't think is great, is because it just cuts off. You know, even if there was like some rocks, or like if there was like a set of rocks here, and so it looks like you could walk around this way, that would be perfect. I would be thrilled. But yeah, I think it's, you know, like realistic borders. Have there be a good reason for why the map is contained the way it is, you know? Have detail outside the map. And then the last one, which I think is going to be maybe even the most impactful, is the skybox. Now, the way Source does it is they actually model them in the world. Like, you can go to these, you can go here. In fact, I think if I shoot this way, it might even show up. No. Anyway. Yeah, borders, skybox, and then level of detail, which, you know, it's going to start to kind of fall off the farther away you go. Like, these textures aren't all lined up, and half the geometry doesn't even exist. That's wild. But you'd never know, because you can't see it. So, you know, obviously add as much detail as you can. I guess asterisk there, and then the asterisk is within reason. Like here, this is a perfect example. Look at this. There's a whole, like, parking lot, and there's tire tracks with Z fighting, going all the way down, and then as soon as you can't see it, it just stops existing. Because why would you keep, you know, modeling it? So now, let's go look at the skybox. That's so cool. And when I first was looking at this earlier, I was shooting rockets, and then I'm like, oh my god. I don't know how they do this, or why projectiles would be included in, you know, what gets mirrored into the skybox. But I'm not disappointed by that. Also, teeny tiny little itty bitty. Oh, the skybox is breaking. Cool. Little itty bitty toy train, which is super cute. Wait, weird that the train. Can you see the? No, it looks like the train's behind the rocks. If you go that far, though, you like, oh, the train. That's it. Anyway. I like this sound a lot. It means I can market garden people, and I like that. What is that? I actually don't know what this is. What the heck is this? guess this is for competitive or something. I literally I mean, I've probably seen it before, but it feels like I've never seen this in my life. Weird. Are there any other secret geometries? No, I don't think so. How weird. But yeah, that's Badwater. I can't say, you know, there's anything that's popped out to me. Obviously, I'm no expert. Let's get some ammo. But I think those are the big factors that I've, you know, gotten takeaway from on Badwater. The other takeaway is that I'm gonna do this sick trick. Watch this roll out. Oh, that's bad. Oh. You know, I'm gonna have to lab this this rollout. Oh. But yeah, that's about it. If you go into the spawn of red, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, you can see this rocket, and you can see the grasps of God. Oh, hi God. Anyway, I don't know what the grasps of God are. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I clicked E thinking I was gonna interact, and I knew that wasn't a thing. But then I heard sound, and then I thought it was something. But no, that was just me saying medic. I don't know. I love this so much. I wonder if there's any. There are little secrets. There's I know this place. Cool. Do you think this is where the what's her name? The not Pauline, but the lady above her. I don't remember. That's probably where she is. Private. There's nothing here. That's so sad.